Friends, welcome to your YouTube channel Open Secret. This is your friend Ashish Chand. The topic today is origin of glimpses. Friends, these glimpses are seen by most of us. They come like flickers. A glimpse is a quick and incomplete view. एक झलक सा होता है वो. Today we should discuss about their origin, how they come, why they come, to whom they come. They have their own little world which has to be discussed today. The student of Open Secret has to know about them, has to be a player of them. Friends, long back, once when I went for an interview, this comparatively young, bright, dynamic managing director of the company talked to me at length. This was for a design post. And friends, somewhere during the far end of the interview, he talked to me, Mr. Chand, do you know that the information is already there. It is all over. He pointed, his fingers up, showing the all over the room, all over the board, whatever we may understand. He said it is just question of your own antennas, how strong they are, and you can catch them. I have a very long association with this guide kind of a entrepreneur. Friends, when we talk of these things, it is a game. It's a game of heart and brain. Friends, the approach in this game is of a deep peep. It's a peeping, searching. Know that this deep peep is a beseeching search into the frequenting ethos of your social existence. The entire work of Open Secret is for your social being. Please keep that in mind. It is looking for the much beneficiary aspects which were prevalent then and have been missed now. Friends, you do understand that donating funds to the needy is not termed your purpose. Yes, establishing someone deserving in his life is sure a better deed. When you bring any being to his potential, you are rewarded instantaneously. Friends, getting into the chapter of glimpses, let us start with our basic knowledge of man, the panorama called man. We have done some initial chapters. Friends, you are very much aware of the houses 4, 5, 6 and 7. The 4 is mental house, 5th is spiritual house, Sixth is the nirvanic house, the cosmic house, and seventh is the nirvanic house. This we have studied. Now, friends, look at the panorama called man. This we have seen earlier also. Again, I am bringing it to your forefront. This information, scriptures, rewards, consolations, labs, experiments, workshops, books, they are all knowledge. And this knowledge proceeds, it has to proceed. It proceeds by way of understanding, acceptance, experiencing, realizing, and then knowing. Friends, this all we have learned earlier. The three stages are conscious, which is also the manifest stage, where you have already are a manifest, you are manifested, you know about that stage. And then you transcend always, that is being a pilgrim. Always you are going through some kind of manifestation, which is manifesting. The continuous tense is you are always manifesting into the unmanifest, the one which is not known. And this is the way you travel from fourth to fifth and fifth to the sixth house, and that is all the journey that is. In this context, we are very much aware that knowledge is a barrier. If we make it a barrier, it is a barrier. If we transcend, then it becomes your base. And knowledge is important. Without that, you cannot start. The learned believes in openness, receptivity. Learning is a non-egoistic approach. The learned says, I do not know. And having known, knowledge means I know. That is the difference. The seers, the knowers are alert, aware. They are not unconsciously clinging to the conclusions. This is the way to the beyond. Those who work like this, travel like this, they come to know of, three stages of man: the awake, the dream stage, and the sleep stage. And once man has known these three stages, he may. Generally, the traveler reaches the fourth stage, which is called Turiya. And that is the journey, and that is the way to the house number 7. Friends, remember, knowledge is the barrier. You have to get knowledge, and you have to get beyond knowledge. Otherwise, things are very difficult. This is a very significant saying of our sages. Those who are ignorant are bound to be lost in darkness, and those who are knowledgeable are bound to be lost in a far deeper darkness than the ignorant ones. Know that it is very difficult for the learned professional to get enlightened. He clings to his knowledge. He protects it in every way He finds rationalizations, excuses, why the knowledge is to be protected. Sinners are more easily ready to go through the transformation because they have nothing to lose except their chains, except their ignorance. But the knowledgeable person is afraid to lose his knowledge. That is his treasure. In fact, by protecting his knowledge, he is simply protecting his ignorance. Hidden behind his knowledge is his ignorance. The knowledge is just a mask which he covers his original face. You cannot see his original face because he himself cannot see it. He is wearing a mask and looking in the mirror. He thinks, this is my original face. Friends, it is a miracle if a learned person gets enlightened. So friends, beware of knowledge. Unless you gather that much courage of becoming ignorant again, it is very difficult for the knowledgeable to drop his knowledge and to become ignorant again. It is certainly very arduous for the knowledgeable person. His whole life he has been accumulating knowledge. He has wasted his whole life. He has invested his whole life in being knowledgeable. How can he drop it? So he protects it. He fights for it. And this is the most amazing thing. He plays with words. He quotes data. Friends, it is like this, that the prisoner is fighting so that you cannot take him out of the prison. And of course, he is very clever and intelligent. This intelligence emerges as an important phenomena. Dictates belong to the pundits and scholars who have long relation with them. And to dictates, they are the most clinging. None can defeat them. They have become very clever in exploiting. And our game is beyond the social enigma. The investigation is to ascribe your social responsibility. Friends, man can live in two ways. Either according to the dictates of others, the Puritans, the moralists, the pundits, or he can live to his own light. Life emphasizes direct experiencing. As per life, direct experiencing is always the only tool. The ignorance of man is so deep and the scholar is so cunning that one has to be hard. You need freedom from all cages, from all fetters. Friend, in life there exists rebellion. Know that Buddha rebelled. He rebelled against the priest of his times. He sharpened his sword of that time. Many all over the history of civilization have done it. 25 centuries further, you have to sharpen your tools, and the scholar will stop you. Friends, with this important challenge, let us begin our deep peep. To begin with, friends, Look at this little chart. Against time, I have plotted the various ages of man: 0, 10, 20, 40, and 60. These are ages of man, with time he grows. The first stage can be said childhood, up to around 10 years, 9 years, 8 years. Desires, longings, cravings, impulses, and hankering being his attributes. Then up to below age of 40 years, man can be said to be in adolescence and adulthood. Here his main attributes are wants, hopes, expectations, inclinations, and yearnings. And then on, he becomes an adult. Adulthood is his stage. Wishes, aspirations. And past 60 years, the man can very conveniently be termed old. And his main attribute here is willpower. Friends, this traverse of man, his life, there is a beautiful thing that when he is young, his parent takes control of him. When he is adult, his adult takes control on him. And when he is par adult, old, his child takes control on him. So, the most stable persons, the most stable executives are those whose parents, adults, and childs, all three are stable, all three are, balanced. This is something very simple, and I think you can understand it very easily. Now, friends, just look what happens. You traverse and you keep on doing work, and your status moves up and with time horizontal. This curved line, it shows, means where you have been. Generally, as the time passes, you keep on improving, growing, evolving, doing better, and moving forward. And this curved line, zigzag line, or this line shows your status at various zones. Now, this is a very general way of understanding the man's moves, positions, stages in his life. And friends, in this dotted red lines, you can see probably the defined limits of a man's mental stage. They could be his limits where he can be, and this curved line showing how he has performed, he has been as compared to this limit where he could have been. Friends, from various stages, we have moved to various arenas for man. The same chart has been reshown here. Please note that this curved line is nothing but your mental movement, your position in your mental house, in the fourth house. And this red dotted line indicates the kind of, end boundary where you could have been, where you should have been, where you can be, where you will be. But of course, in life, you perform at some level, and this red line, dotted line, can show the zone between your mental zone and your this red line can be very well termed the spiritual zone. Sometimes you are very near to your spirituality, sometimes you are away from it, but whatever, the life moves on like this. And friends, what is beyond this spiritual, it is your cosmic, the sixth house. This you know very well. However, being professionals, we know this cosmic is having a kind of boundary which has been shown here by dotted blue lines, and beyond this blue line, the boundary, this is the nirvanic zone. So friends, what has happened is our little sketch is showing us where we are, how, where is the spiritual zone, where is the cosmic arena for man, and where is the nirvanic arena at in one slide, in one show. We all know that the universe is expanding, that the cosmic boundaries are going further and further. You know, please look at this sketch very intently. And we all have heard of phenomenon like supernova. What does that mean? We all hear about galactic accidents. What does that mean? We do not know about what is happening in the nirvanic zones. Friends, what if the mental zone keeps on growing till its boundary starts merging into the spiritual? That is what should happen to you always. At every moment, your mental zone should be growing to merge into the spiritual. Please understand, please try to gauge the meaning of river entering the ocean, the seed bursting, sprouting. Are these two the same phenomena? And where is consciousness? Friends, where is consciousness? It is only consciousness which is making you understand your little life like that. Okay? In this ever expanding phenomena of the universe, please care to appreciate the opening verse of Isha Upanishad. That is the whole. This is the whole. From wholeness emerges wholeness. Wholeness coming from wholeness, wholeness still remains. Infinity was defined by our seers long back. Friends, having understood this part of our world, of our universe, you will very easily begin to know the origin of glimpses. These glimpses are there all over the world once you have started merging your mental limits with the spiritual. You can see them all over there. Glimpses are an overflow of consciousness. Friends, please look into what if the spiritual boundaries do not expand, and on the contrary, what if they start shrinking? Please do not fall a prey to this kind of life. Friends, this is knowing the purpose from your aggregate. It is a visfort, a blast, you know. Just gauging into this, you will easily understand why India produces the best seeds. You will understand what is the meaning of it is not that the drop gets into the ocean, even the ocean gets into the drop. And friends, first generations happen in the mind. Please know it. The man is God in the making. Man is a bud. It can bloom any moment. Just a little effort, just a little help. And the help is not going to cause it. Know it. Please know it. It is the cause, the bloom is already there. Your effort is only going to reveal it to you. The help is only going to unfold. That what is hidden is only a discovery. Remember, you are not the support in times of crisis. Never. Be your being. Be eternally ringing that you are supporting the furtherance. And glimpses will be your ornament. Thank you, friends. Please like and share this short video. Please subscribe to our channel and see if you can help in enhancing its viewership. This is the story of glimpses, the flickers, which you all have to have in abundance. Flickers should come to you at will, and at some moment you should be flickering. You should be sending the glimpses. That is life. Thank you, friends.